Welcome to Strange Cake, where we're all a little bit strange, but oh, so very tasty.
You've always loved the strange birds. Now I want to fly into your world.
So we're going to do a bit of a story time today. I did say that I would put some stuff up about it. Now, I happen to know for a fact that over 90% of you aren't subscribed. Hit that subscribe button, it's just down there, please. That would be fantastic. It really helps me out. It does wonders for the channel. Like, share, give us a little comment, whether you like me or not. I don't mind. It's all good. I had a heart attack when I was 28 years old. Going back a while now. It was a very scary experience, I'm not gonna lie. I was on my way to go and see my dad for lunch. That morning I woke up, I said to my partner at the time, look, I don't feel right. Something's not right here. But yeah, I ignored it. I went to go and see my dad for lunch. So driving along. I'm driving there, I'm sitting there with a flag in my hand and a can of Monster in the cup holder. I used to drink a lot of Monsters. 6-7 cans a day, quite easy. It kept me going. I barely ate all the time. When I did eat, it was like, because we're always on the move, it was always like burger vans, McDonald's, and things like that. So none of it was healthy. Yeah, the arm went. I felt it in the little 3 fingers to begin with, tingling, and it travelled further up. Heart was going 100 miles an hour. It felt like I couldn't breathe. It felt like I was, felt like someone was stamping on my chest or something like that. Just I couldn't get I could feel my lungs taking the air in, but the air wasn't, I felt still suffocated. So bright spark that I am, and I think, oh, I'll pull over. So I pulled over on a lay-by, heading towards my dad's work. It's literally just coming off a slip road, so I'm literally busy dual carriageway. I just turn off, and I end up just pulling in, because there was some grass. I could pull in right to the verge, and I get out and have a run. Out of all the things to do, I go for a goddamn run, and I get back in the car. I'm still feeling like hell. My heart's not settling, definitely not settling after that. So I ring the ambulance. I know at this point I'm in deep, and I need help. So I rang the ambulance, told them where I was, but I actually told them I was facing the wrong direction, because there's north and there's south. So yeah, I told them I was heading northbound, sorry. And I wasn't actually, I was heading southbound, so they were on the other side of the goddamn giant roundabout slash slip road thing. So they took a bit longer to get to me than expected, but there was a copper. He pulled in behind me. Oh, by the way, if you ever see this video, thank you. You saved my life that day, and I owe you one. I never got a chance to get your name, and nobody knew it, and I tried doing search afterwards, but nothing came up. So that policeman who didn't believe me when I said to him I was having a heart attack, but jumped the moment I collapsed and gave me CPR and kept me going until the ambulance got there. Thank you so much to all the emergency services. Thank you so much. The reason I stand here today and I can be the person I am is because you allowed it. You gave me that second chance. And I collapsed. The copper came over, gave me CPR, and yeah, he did a number on me as well, because my chest still hurts to this day. Yeah, well, if you don't do CPR right, you don't break a rib, so or something like that. Anyways, like, if you're doing it right, then you do break a rib or something. I don't know. Either way, if you do it right, it hurts. But he kept me alive till the ambulance got there. They defibbed me 5 times from what people said. My brother had turned up at this point. I'd already rang my dad before the ambulance got there, and I remember him walking over, and I remember him looking, coming to the side window, because I was sitting in the driver's seat still. I hadn't got up at this point. I got out, talked to the cop, I told him I was having a heart attack, got back, sat in the car and waited for the ambulance. And Me, in bad situations, I'm fine. I normally react quite well. I can keep my composure. I can keep calm. The moment I see my mum and my dad, I am a baby again, and I break down. Even pre-transition. I remember my first accident I ever had. Yeah, I was fine. So my mum and I burst in tears, and that was it. Just give it a hug, couldn't let her go. Yeah, so when I saw my dad, he I go to him, I think I'm about to die, and he goes, "Don't be silly, man, you'll be fine." Maybe not so much. So yeah, I don't remember much after that. That's when apparently I got out the car and I collapsed. I don't remember that. I remember sitting in the car telling my dad I think I'm gonna die, and he says no, and that was it. But apparently I got out the car, I collapsed. The policeman came over, he gave me CPR and kept me going. The ambulance turned up, they got me in the van, and apparently my brother had turned up by this point. I think my whole family was notified, because I rang my dad, and he was like, on the blower to every single one, like, anyone around, come down and help. So my brother came down, and from what he was telling me, he's like, the whole van was shaking backwards and forwards, and apparently I needed to be held down because they defib me 5 times, and I woke back up, and it took 3 of them to hold me back down again because apparently I went aka goo goo. I don't remember any of this, but I did have a really sore arm and shoulder, and I'm assuming that's from me pushing against something and straining. So just a bra, don't mind me. So yeah, I don't really remember any of that, but that's just what people tell me. But I was defibbed 5 times, and I woke up in the hospital a day or 2 later. I remember bits. I remember sort of, when you see in movies and you see like the eyes open and there's bits and there's closes again and then it opens again and there's like bits, but there's like a big time gap in between. That was kind of like that. I remember opening my eyes at one point and seeing like 2 people in front of me. I remember being my partner and my mum. So then I remember it must have been only a few minutes later or something like that, because they were still there, but they could have been there for a while for all I know. I mean, I have no idea. My concept of time is bad on the best of days, let alone having a traumatic event like that. So yeah, I saw them and then closed my eyes again. Obviously, must have went back to sleep and then woke up again. And then I remember seeing my partner standing to the other side of where she was. I remember one of the first things I really said was, as the nurse went by, was, "Excuse me." I was saying yes, whatever it was. And I go, "When can I go home?" And I remember her just looking at me, her eyes bulging, and just going, "Oh, you're not going home anytime soon." And I'm like, shit. I hate hospitals at the best of time. And I'm not a patient in them. So being a patient in them, it's, I don't know. I was raised on a farm. It's the smell of whatever the cleaning fluid they use. I like the smell of bleach. I love the smell of bleach. Do not like the smell of hospitals. I do not know why. So yeah, I spent a couple of days in the hospital. Catheter, which was not fun. It's a weird sensation. So the hospital I was there, you know who you are. Thank you very much. The nurse was absolutely incredible. He looked after me so well. So yeah, and that is pretty much it. Ironic thing is, I was swimming like a couple of days beforehand. I was teaching one of my partner's siblings to swim, and it all changed, and just like that, I was bad for a couple of months afterwards. I was bad. I looked like death. Pale. I was clammy. But as time went on, I made sure I was, I walked around regular. I didn't want to stay in the house. For the first couple of weeks, I was very much, stationary. Still moving around the house and stuff like that, but I couldn't really leave. I sorted myself out, spent a year in outpatients, got myself sorted, but that for me was my deciding factor. I mean, I had had issues with my gender identity my entire life. Uh, and I just tried to be happy. I was in love with someone, and I wanted to try and be the best, their ideal person. What I did was life changing for not just me, but the people around me. I was well aware of that. But I couldn't keep going on the way I was going on. I was 28 years old, and I had never been happier in my own body my entire goddamn life. So when you're faced with your own mortality, you're giving a choice. Do I carry on doing what I'm doing and then eventually either end my own life or get to a point where I can't do this? People who aren't trans don't understand what it's like. It's the closest thing I can think of it is depression. When you're in that funk, but it's that thing that sets you off. For me personally, it's my genitalia. Every morning there was an issue. Every evening, every bath time, every shower. Every time I had to change clothes, it was the issue for me. So my head thought it was alien. So, your brain's telling you that that's not right. Can you imagine looking at your hand and thinking, that's not my hand? That's not right, that shouldn't be there. Why is that there? That shouldn't be there. The same sort of thing. Because you're constantly faced, I mean, that's what they call dysphoria, is because you're looking at the, bits of you and you know that they don't match with how your brain functions. And it's, as a child, into teenager, it's a hard thing to put a name to, it's a hard thing to try and figure out. And it's difficult for anyone to come to terms with, right? We don't do this because we want attention, or we want this, or we want that. Well, for me, all I want is to live a happy life and be happy with who I am and the body that I'm in. I don't think it's unreasonable to want that. I know what I am. I'm not stupid. I'm not pretending to be some cis girl. You don't see cis girl reacts, or cis girl adventures, or cis girl travels, or anything, do you? No, you see trans girl travels. That's what I am. I'm a trans girl. I'm not a cis girl. I wasn't born female. I'm not stupid. I'm well aware of that fact. But going out the way to send hate, not everybody's me. I personally don't give a shit. But other people do. And to other people, it can be really, really, really bad. We do this knowing the knock-on effect this is going to have, because it's that bad for us. It's that hard dealing with that dysphoria, with those feelings. They're debilitating. And if you never felt that, then you're never gonna understand. So I'm not expecting a lot of you to understand it, especially with a lot of where the traffic's coming from. I don't get some of you guys. I mean, I'm literally just here to do a few videos for my own good. Some of the travels that I do, I comment on a few funny TikToks. None of it's meant to be serious. So why go into the comment section, right, and be honest? There's no need. Don't like it, don't watch. But yeah, so the people that go out their way to say that, why couldn't it just been easier as a guy? Why couldn't you just stayed as a guy and been happy? And it's like, if I could have, I would have. I've spent a long time trying that method. It didn't work. And in the end, that probably caused more damage. at the time when I was at a stage where I could have done something about it, there was no information. I'm too old for that. I missed the YouTube generation by just a few years, which is a shame, because ironically YouTube was what helped me, because I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think I could go from what I was, to what I am now. And as I said, I'm never going to be a cis woman. It's not going to happen. It's not on my cards. It's not in my deck. But that doesn't stop me from just living my life this way. Why should it matter to others? Because if we discuss things in a nice, reasonable, adult manner, no name calling, no, he said, she said, bloody one-upping, name calling crap. We can discuss things. If you've got actual things you want to talk about, right? Actual things you want to try and understand, if not for, anything other than, you're just a slightly bit curious. Because obviously you're a bit curious. If you're coming onto my channel, right, when you hate trans people, then you've obviously got some form of curiosity towards us. So why don't you ask me? Ask me. Fire away. I do not mind. Especially conservatives. Please, seriously, conservatives, I want you to talk to me. I want you to tell me your thoughts and your feelings, and I want to tell you mine. Right? And I want to come to an understanding with you. The world is a topsy-turvy place. There are a whole bunch of different people here, with a whole bunch of different views. We all live on the same planet. We all share the same space and exist. When we may never see eye to eye on everything, and I'm not expecting us to, genuinely. No one's ever going to make everybody happy. I want you to enjoy these videos. I put them on, I don't want to become famous or, in £1 million or whatever like that. I do these videos because I enjoy editing. It's something I enjoy doing, keeps my hands busy, keeps my head occupied, and it's something I enjoy. It's something that's, I've been learning as I go along. I don't do this for any other reason. I especially don't come on here to get hate. Actually, yeah, if you don't like it, watch. It's fine by me, actually. Yeah, watch it. Watch it repeatedly, over and over and over again. Yeah, that's fine by me. Put in your comments. Tell me how much you hate me. Go for it. I love it. It's not going to affect me badly whatsoever. You've said nothing to me that hasn't been said a billion times before. You guys need to get some new material. I mean, over and over again, it's the same thing. Right? And it's like, look, you can say what you want. It's not going to change me. I'm not going to stop living my life just because you don't like me. I'm not going to stop making videos just because you put, horrible comments on them. In fact, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to laugh at every single fucking one of them. If you want to believe that I'm going to hell, that's fine. Me and Satan will sit there and chill and we'll have a beer together. Why not? Look, this channel isn't about hating. It's about loving. It's about having a giggle, taking the piss out of things. Life's too short to be super serious. Trust me, I've died before. I want to identify as a woman, put on makeup, dye my hair, have it nice and long, and grow a pair of boobs. That's a me thing. That's not a you thing. So, go and do you. Come on, why do you care what I do? Why do you care? Because I can guarantee you I don't give a flying monkey fuck about what any you're doing. As long as it ain't harming people, you crack on. You have fun. Just be civil. Simple. Be nice. You got no reason to be nasty. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. Been a good few hours of filming. Right guys, we're going to stop that there. We'll leave it for tonight. I just want to say 90% of you haven't subscribed. Please leave a like, suppress the subscribe button, pass me a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.